Hey, Brandon, we're back. Shirley's jamming some Creed. Show some respect. Brandon Manning is here. Will be joining us through the baseball season. One time I read over the PA at Clark LeClaire Stadium that Brandon Manning left a lasting impact on Pirate baseball. And Wyatt Lunsford-Shenkman and Parker Byrd are still feeling that impact today.
Left my elbow in the bullpen.
We got Parker Byrd. We got Wyatt Lunsford-Shenkman hanging out here. Coming off a scrimmage weekend. How we doing, guys?
Doing great. Glad to be here.
So, Wyatt, I'll start with you. I went out on Sunday, so I didn't get to see you throw. I was told by multiple people you look good, but let's get it straight from the horse's mouth. How'd you feel when you threw this weekend?
Felt good out there. It's fun to be out there again. I didn't get out there much this fall, so being back out there is always awesome.
Parker, did see an at-bat from you on Sunday. Ground ball, thrown out at first, but made contact.
Yeah, that's right.
How about the ABs you're getting during the scrimmages?
I mean, just I'm glad to be back, like Wyatt said, but just seeing live arm again is different. I've been seeing machine for basically a year, so just getting a feel of the game again, seeing different pitches. I mean, Wyatt sinkers, something nobody's ever seen. So just seeing stuff like that, I mean, it's great just to be back out there.
That I think we talked a few months ago, that thing in Washington, and
right.
You were talking about you changed your stance because you were more not explosive forward. You had to keep a lot more weight back now.
Right.
I mean, you still getting used to that or acclimated to that with live pitching?
I mean, I just have to start with my knee out more just so that all my weight doesn't go to my front side and just lose a lot of power like that. So just little stuff like that with the new scissor move that I do instead of just having that back angle to turn. So just scissoring and just starting with my knee out has helped me a lot.
Staying inside the ball a little bit more? Yeah.
How about the line drive base hit? You had Parker. Everybody went nuts about it online, and everybody was fired up. How about yourself? How'd that feel for you?
It was good. I mean, a long time coming. It felt good to be back on base and actually have a quab. So.
A quab. All about the quabs, the
right.
Quality ABs.
It was hit too hard to get a double, right?
Oh, yeah. Definitely. Okay. Yeah, for sure. I thought actually JC was going to throw me out at first. I told him in the locker room, I was like, dude, if you would have thrown me out at first, I would have had no idea what to do. And he's like, I didn't even think about it. I was like, well, you probably could have.
So I could count, I believe, the fly balls hit yesterday, and one of them was a Riley Johnson home run. One was a Dixon Williams ground rule double. One was a home run robbed, basically, by, I believe, Cunningham. Yeah. And then there were two other lazy fly balls. Outside of that, I think it was line drives and ground balls the rest of the day, that I saw, which is a pretty good sign. I don't know if I should say that to Wyatt as a pitcher, but Parker and Wyatt, too. I mean, it seems like the bats were pretty locked in, at least from what I saw.
I mean, I think it's honestly good on both ends. I mean, that's effective pitching.
Get the ground balls,
I mean, they're doing their job up there, living low in the zone, definitely placing it where they want to. So it's positive on them, and then positive on us as well as hitters, just putting the bat on the ball and not getting deep in counts. That's something we've stressed about, is just being aggressive and looking for a certain type of pitch and seeing it up or whatever the pitcher, whatever they feel like. So just positive on both ends.
Yeah, and I mean, Wyatt, individually, you want to strike every guy out or get those ground balls, but as a team, you don't really want to dominate one side or the other because it means one of those sides is struggling. But how did you think you kind of balanced out offense, defense, pitching for you guys this weekend?
I think there was a lot of offense this weekend especially, but it's always good to see. It gives the pitchers different situations to be in. There's a lot of different arms that need that experience, especially with the younger guys. So it's really awesome for them to be able to experience that before we start rolling and start the season. So
are you throwing everything right now, or just fastball change up? What you got?
I'm throwing everything, so okay. I'm full go.
Once again, what does everything include for you this season? What?
So I've got 6 pitches.
Wow.
I've got sinker.
How many is he going to let you throw?
All of them.
Okay, all right.
Sinker, cutter, slider, curveball, changeup, and a 4-seam.
Wow. So if we're playing a video game, we're hitting the top buttons. You're running out of buttons to throw all those pitches.
I mean, you got some you're just going to probably throw cutters to lefties and stuff like that most of the time.
So my curveball is pretty much just all lefties.
Right.
I'll throw everything else to everybody. So
I like it.
And what did you see while you were on the mound? Who's swinging the bat hard? I got a couple of candidates in mind, but who are some guys that jumped out to you offensively this weekend?
J-Dub. I think he had 2 home runs. Another one got robbed, so he's seeing it well.
Oh, that was him to left that got robbed yesterday. Yeah, that's right.
So he's definitely seen it well. JC's always seen it well. He's smoking balls. I mean, pretty much the whole offense is seeing it well right now. So it's a lot of hard ABs. It's tough to get them out, and that's good for us.
Dixon looked pretty good. Carter was lacing them. And then, Riley Johnson, who I believe just started going full go last weekend, right? He looks like he's ready to go right now.
Yeah, he's crushing the ball right now, and it's awesome to see with his story, and we're all behind him, so it's really fun to watch.
He's always had the hands, man. It's just health for him. He puts the barrel to the ball every time going back when he first started. It was great, and he's clutch too.
Absolutely.
We'll talk to Cliff Godwin next Monday, and maybe he'll give us some insight on rotation and who's in the field and all that. But saw Cunningham in left, which Clonch was splitting time at first with the newcomer. Who else was at first yesterday?
Chaz.
Chaz Myers. So where do you guys think we'll see Cunningham in the field? Maybe both?
I mean, he's a utility guy. He's very versatile in the field. Line up everywhere. He just really can put him anywhere, and he excels. I mean, I think yesterday was actually his first time back in the outfield.
Okay.
And especially in left field. Typically, if he does play outfield, it's right. But, I mean, as you saw, he's robbing home runs out there and making great plays. So, I mean, kid's a stud. I think you see him at first, anywhere in the outfield, or even DH and whatever.
There's a lot of guys like that, though. I mean, there's a lot of guys that can play a lot of positions. I mean, Dixon can go infield, outfield.
Yeah.
I don't think I've seen him catch growing up. That's about the only thing I never saw him do growing up. So,
yeah.
Speaking of catcher, we had someone asking about Walker Barron, and heard Jeff Palumbo looking good with the bucket hat yesterday at Clark LeClaire, giving some instructions. By the way, let me start with this. You guys are bunting to start every half inning,
right?
And I'm pretty sure every bunt got down. It was pretty darn impressive yesterday to see the batters moving the runners over with bunts. But one time Walker tried to make the force out at third, and the runner was safe. And I heard Palumbo giving some instruction. Hey, most runners, you got to know who the runner is, was his main thing. So great to see you guys getting work in and getting instruction at the same time. But how's he doing behind, McChrystal and, of course, J-Dub?
I think he's done a really, really great job of taking coaching from both the older guys because they're so advanced at this point. But he's just coming in every day, putting his head down and going to work. So it's been awesome to see.
Yeah, I mean, Duke can absolutely hit. I think he's one of the guys that's been on fire too, and he just, as Wyatt said, just worked hard every single day, and he's gonna be one of those guys, just kind of like J-Dub, just absolute stud once he fills out and gets a little bit more mature. And I mean, he's having some great instruction with Henry and then with the 2 older guys too. So I mean, he's just, as long as he keeps on doing what he's doing right now, he'll be great.
How is it playing as a pitcher, having 2 guys like McChrystal and J-Dub that help you keep guys running? I mean, the runner's honest all the time. You don't have to go slide step every time if you don't want to, which really helps you out, especially late in the game, right?
Yeah, I mean, it's just like a sense of comfortability out there. So, I'm always comfortable with either of those guys catching and Walker too. So just knowing that they have my back and they're going to block a ball, they're going to throw a runner out is awesome.
Sweet.
Saw McChrystal beat out a double play. Now, is that because he hit it so slow or because he's a fast-running catcher? What would y'all say?
Or because the ball was a hopper to first base, too. I think I was actually thinking that, too, whenever that play happened, that he might have been out if it was a clean throw, but I think he short-hopped him. But, I mean, he's definitely gotten faster.
So who wins in a race, you or him?
No, that's a good question. I think McChrystal still has me, but I think actually the other day he ran one during practice, and he's officially a gold runner now. And I think he reminded everybody in the locker room that he's a gold runner. So,
now, what does that mean?
Well, we basically have categories of runners. So whatever your time is at first base, you categorized as a red runner or a gold runner or green runner, or a green is the elite.
Okay. So he's actually got a color now, just not a never runner.
Well, he was red, so he was a red runner, but I think he ran one the other day that was like a 4.5-ish the first.
All right.
It's pretty good.
I'm gonna give him some props beating out that double play, but I think you're right. Parker. A little cleaner might have been out. Jamie says, did pitchers get to hit in the scrimmage? I believe that would be a no.
What about after a shutout?
Yeah, we get pitchers BP.
Yeah.
Gold team on Saturday threw a shutout, so I'm still waiting for that BP to come.
Nice. You hit one out of Clark LeClaire yet?
I think we've taken pitchers beeps probably 5 times since I've been here.
Home run derby pitchers, who wins?
Ooh, this year probably Parker Thomas, just because he came in as a 2-way, so he's hit before. But if it wasn't him, it's probably going to be Eric Ritchie. He can really swing it.
Interesting. How about
Parker's like, really?
I didn't know that. That was a good question. I was actually wondering the answer.
What if we go Trey, DB, Wyatt, and Root out of that foursome?
Danny's in last.
Okay. All right. Get him out of here. I mean, Trey's a big dude. You would just assume he could make some contact and put it out. I would think you could do some damage.
I'm probably in third there.
Yeah.
I think I'm in third. I don't think I'm up there.
Really?
Do you remember old Willie B, Toe Wiggler? He could swing it. He could swing it.
Double off the wall.
Oh, heck
yeah. He could swing it though.
He about got him one.
Look, he pinch hit. Again, Campbell, I think that his last year.
Garrett Saylor pinch hit as well.
Yeah.
He likes to remind people he's at least got a hit here too. And I think the story of that is basically he had a little swant and he ended up and I think the little swing and bunt.
Yeah.
And I think the pitcher fell off and slipped. They go into it and he beat it out.
Don't matter, man. You look at the box score the next day. Looks like a line drive. Yeah. Matt Bridges had a clutch hit in a late inning game years ago, Brandon, on the road. It's like Georgia Southern or something. I remember that randomly. We were watching Game 1, Texas ECU Super Regional, and they flashed to the crowd, and hanging over the outfield wall was Parker Byrd. That was cool to see.
Yeah.
I was like, wait, we know that guy.
Yeah, me and my sister drove down for the day to watch Game 1. I mean, it was fun. Man. I think that was after Bryson's home run. I think I was actually doing horns down, but it's even funnier that they have it in the hype video every year now, because I mean they show obviously the home run, and then I'm over there just horns down.
That was the push gate, right? Wasn't that when the umpire pushed him out of the way?
No, that was Coastal.
That's right.
Watch that one too.
This was I'm pretty sure this was a game where the ball hit his glove and it went over.
Yeah,
it was
good times.
I know, man. That was
They're coming back. Don't worry.
It was rowdy. Oh, coming back this year?
They haven't gone away.
True.
I mean, y'all are always up there.
Yeah.
I mean, it's 40 wins or bust.
Hey, that's right.
And it was great to see y'all back on the field and playing with. I hear a lot of talk out there. Wish we'd have heard some talk on the right fielder and second base collision that we had yesterday. But as far as hyping up each other and stuff, I don't know. It seemed like a real game at times. And I know y'all want to
mic the dugout for y'all scrimmaging this weekend.
I don't think they'd let us do that.
I don't think so.
Good luck.
We're scrimmaging this weekend. I'm not sure if they're going to post the times or not, but I think we're going to be in full uniform. Just last scrimmage before the season starts.
I think it's going to be more game time, though, because I heard Coach Collin talking about Sunday. We typically have been pushing Sunday practices a little bit or scrimmages a little bit back just so people can go to church and kind of get the morning routine. But I think with Sunday games being, at 1 o'clock, so I think
around there.
We're going kind of like a game day schedule.
Now, I mentioned earlier Palumbo and getting in the instruction while y'all are playing what is similar to a real game. Now, was he talking that way because there were fans there? Like, if there are no fans there, is it more 4-letter words from the coaches, or is it pretty much the same?
Well, I would say both of them are pretty much the same the whole time. I think that the instruction's always there. Now, I mean, they always bring out the best in us no matter what, but I think that no matter what, fans or no fans, that they stay consistent with their tone and their words.
Same with AK? Does he ever get on you?
I mean, he will at times, but it's more as a group, and if he needs to talk to you individually, he's going to pull you aside. He's not going to publicly embarrass you, which is awesome.
Yeah.
But everybody's going to have times where they need talking to and they need to be set straight, but being able to handle that in a timely manner is also huge.
We talked to Josh Groves a lot last year. He seemed like one of those guys that had a lot of those meetings.
Yeah, I mean, some would consider him to be a clown at times, but
there's always got to be one on the team.
Yeah, you need one. Keep it loose. Is that how you
kept it loose?
Oh, Billy Godwin hated me. Man, shut up. I'm going to kill you.
Hey, man, you're the best bullpen catcher we ever had here.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
I almost said a 4-letter word.
Don't say that. Can y'all hang out one more segment?
Oh, yeah.
All right. Sure. If y'all got a question for Parker, Wyatt, or Brandon,
maybe,
you can get it in on YouTube, Facebook, X, however you like, or if you're old school, 317-1250. More to go. Pirate Radio Live here on a Monday. Back with you after this. Back with you, Pirate Radio Live. Got a question for Parker Byrd, Wyatt Lunsford-Shenkman. You can get it in. We also said if you got a question for Brandon Manning, you can get it in.
I'm not important today.
Well, Chad does have a question for you. What exactly is your, we got, of course, the superstitious beer line that was dropped. That was during...
Superstitious beers! Superstitious beers!
While we were watching ECU Oklahoma in game 1 of the regional. But
every home game,
yeah,
I have... right before I go in, I'm going to have one Natural Light. That is my redneck beer of choice. And we were watching the watch along here, and I put it back there in the refrigerator. I was like, all right, I'm drinking this a little bit later on. So I typically have my beverage of choice that I have, and then switch, because you can't bring those type beverages in the seats up there. Switch it up, and I went back there to go get it because we needed to pick me up, and it was gone, boys. And I hate to say that Bryce put the jinx on you, but
no, they won that game. They won it going away against Oklahoma.
Yeah, they did.
To prove your superstitious beer means nothing.
It was done. But Chad, I do have a superstitious shirt we got to take care of.
That is true. We got to burn that. Chad says, what exactly is your beer superstition during a game? So when you're at like Clark LeClaire, do you have superstitions?
No. When I'm at Clark LeClaire, no.
Okay.
No. When I'm sitting in the state, I do not show real, true emotion unless it's necessary. There's no yelling at the umpires unless it's necessary, because you're not changing. Have you ever seen one change their mind? If it doesn't get, if y'all don't do that, doesn't get reviewed. He's like, no, that we can say that's not a strike. Well, I'm not changing it now.
Yeah.
So there's no really sense. I mean, that was always my thing growing up. That you have a split millisecond to say strike or ball, and for the most part, they're like 95%. Right, which is pretty daggone good. So
what are you, umpire now?
No. I mean, you gotta respect that. That's Cliff's job to get mad, not the players or the fans. And he does a great job at it too. And
he did say media day. I said the over under at 2.5 ejections.
Over.
He said it's going to be way under. He said he won't get tossed more than one time this year.
No.
Well,
because the paper point bark that you can't understand what he says.
Yeah, the rolled up whatever.
It sounds like a Rottweiler behind a fence. What? Just what I don't you can't understand, but the point is going across, and it's most time about strikes. So but fine, and it's typically 2 or 3 guys that are local guys too.
Why? Do you got any game day superstitions?
Not game day. Maybe like when I'm taking the mound or something like that. But
what do you do? Like,
what do you eat?
Pre-game, I mean, whatever our pre-game spread is. The only thing that I do when I go to the mound is, like, if I'm going in from the bullpen, it's my first inning, I'll take, like, 1 step, and then I'll pick up the ball. If I'm going out for a second inning, it'll be 2 steps, and then pick up the ball.
Okay.
So, like, I'll stop running and take 2 steps.
If you're going for a complete game, you're walking around quite a bit out there. Parker.
Richard Simmons.
How about you?
I mean, not really. Just kind of draw my cross before my bat, but that's about it.
All right, fair enough. I was going to ask something else about superstition. Oh, do y'all step on the chalk or
no? I don't do that.
What do you?
I don't know. Like maybe some guys step on it.
I mean, if you're sliding back to a bag, maybe. But if you're
I'm saying when you run out on the field. So no baseball player steps on the chalk.
Nah,
not a single one.
Almost never.
Is that a respect thing or is that a superstitious thing?
I think a little bit both. Honestly,
Okay.
I think it's superstition thing more, but still like.
And Joey's still at the game in the first inning. You don't want to have that happen.
That and it just looks really good when it's not stepped on. So
Man, I said that yesterday. We were standing by the field turf, but looking at the field, it looks awesome for freaking early February.
Absolutely.
Like,
Yeah, they're doing great.
Joey's only going to say one bad thing about the field all year. That's because the pitchers take too many steps to the catcher and it wears out in front of the pitcher's mound. That's the only bad thing that happens in the field. That's always the pitcher's fault. So,
Wyatt, how much doctoring of them? Some of these guys like to really dig in and do. Remember, C.J. Mayhew used to like kick real hard and all that. Like, do you do any of that stuff?
Root's a big kicker.
Roots
Lefties.
terrible. Destroys the mound.
freaking lefties.
I'll usually just give it a couple swipes. I mean, I kind of like hook my foot on the rubber sometimes, so I'll dig that out a little bit, but I'm not gonna like dig a crater in there.
Are you the one side or more most of the time, or does it matter per how you're throwing that day?
Usually, I'm on the left side of the mound.
Makes sense.
How about your? Where are you in the batter's box, Parker?
I'm always in the back. Yeah, back of the box. I like to stand on the plate.
Yeah.
A lot. But, because, I mean, if they hit you, it's free bags.
How many times you get hit in high school, would you say?
A lot.
A lot.
It would help that my dad was not a great BP thrower at all, so I learned how to get out of the way of a ball really well. So, yeah. So, he was a catcher in high school, which typically makes good BP throwers, but not in this case at all.
Something's not right.
So,
no, they're always the best BP throwers.
yeah, well, he had his medical career, and I guess that kind of what turned him. But
Too
I'd rather him be more accurate in that field than BP
Yeah.
throwing.
Yeah.
I will say.
yeah, for sure.
Brandon, I've heard not to give you more credit than you deserve enough credit, but I heard you're a good BP thrower.
Can throw it up there pretty good.
Yeah.
I can't throw so when I'm throwing to the really young kids and you got to sort of do that, I throw a circle change because I can't just throw darts. Like Mully can get up there and just be like this, like that, and it's like Ted Lasso, just throwing perfect right there, bullseye. But when I'm throwing to somebody that I can take a step into and go, I can put it right there on the tee if I need to.
Oh man, I always love when your wife chimes in when you're on. She says Brandon yells at the obnoxious fans that yell at our guys.
Yeah.
So you.
Now I get more upset with there's a couple of guys that
throw a strike, Wyatt.
No,
So you'll get on that guy.
I was like, yep, he's trying not to throw, sir. And then if they cuss, I mean, they'll say, "What the hell for your problem?" And that's because there's little kids.
Yeah.
Don't drop it, sir. None of that, okay? And because there's a lot of little old ladies that sit in our section. I'm on top of y'all's dugout.
Yeah.
And a lot of stuff. I'm like, hey, calm down, sir. I don't think they, they used to really get on the infield about booting the ball. Like that's just like, okay, yeah, he did it on purpose. Yeah, we're shaving points in this day. We're just like blue chips, except they're purple. And I mean, they don't understand it, and that makes me mad.
And baseball is such a game of failure where Tony Gwynn's getting out 7 out of 10 times. He's the best hitter ever. Maybe more like 6.5 out of 10.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
or 5.5. Either way. But man, fans just live and die by every pitch, and sometimes you gotta take a step back a little bit.
So my man is throwing 92, 93 up there when you're not overthrowing, but when you're just putting it up there 92, 93. There is wind. There is different. I hate the AstroTurf mounds, by the way. That's got to suck. We'll get on that later. But it's hard to really control that every freaking time, and people are like, "Throw a strike! Come on, take him out of the game, Cliff." No,
Get him,
what?
Cliff.
What?
Yeah.
I hear that one in the dugout sometimes.
God knows.
So
I got him. Don't
That's
just,
like during the
just
banquet.
give me one of these up there.
During banquet stores, what did that fan say? The store,
I don't remember.
It was something, but store still remembers what. what
Get your bat off the shoulder.
Oh yeah, I guess it was his freshman year, and he got subbed in at I actually think he started like a regional or super regional game, and I guess he struck out and didn't even swing, and somebody yelled something at him, but he still remembers it. And he takes it.
That's what I was going to ask, Wyatt. I mean, you're a human with hearing, so you can hear stuff going on around you. Are you locked in enough where you don't hear the crowd, or do you hear what's going on in the stands?
You're like Kevin Costner,
I never really hear what people say.
Right.
I'll hear how loud it gets,
Yeah.
but I never can hear if somebody's talking bad or kind of just being loud. So I kind of tone that out.
Same with you in the batter's box.
Yeah.
Are you locked in enough?
I think you just have to have tunnel vision with
Yeah.
everything. I think when you go up there, you just don't think about that stuff at all. So you're not really focused on it. You're so locked into your approach or your pitch or whatever it is, and you kind of just naturally just tone that stuff out.
And by the way, like most, if not almost all, Pirate fans are great.
Absolutely.
We're not saying that.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
This is the same guy that was singing the wrong lyrics to the national anthem and stuff like that. I was like, you're going to fuss at them for making an error. Granted, I don't know how many errors the infield made last year. Not true. I mean, the shortstop's going to make some because they got to go so much. But Star don't make any. Last year, the third baseman didn't make any.
Yeah.
I mean.
Jamie likes to ask this. I'll let you handle that guy off the air, Brandon. Jamie likes to ask this one. Why do you see someone warming up when you're on the mound? And does it affect you?
No.
Okay.
I mean, it's pretty far away, and usually my eyes aren't going over there unless I'm giving up a double down the line. But,
so at that point, your time might be short anyway. But yeah, so it's tough to focus, but you got to, right, on your job at hand.
Yeah, I mean, we train it so much with all of our pitchers, so we're pretty dialed in when we get out there.
Good stuff with Parker Byrd, Wyatt Lunsford-Shenkman. Parker, how the Braves going to be this year?
Hopefully good.
Yeah.
I like the off-season additions and subtractions, so, hopefully they have another year like last year, but actually finish it out this year.
How much of a difference Ron Washington going to make, or Ron Washington going to make?
He's a great coach, but, I think those guys are pretty elite no matter what the coach is. So.
Yeah.
But, before the game,
unless Ozzie starts booting it,
that's
every
what I was
game.
saying.
Like, I think
he was out there with the infielders every game.
Yeah,
doing
I think he's told them the fundamentals of it, so I think they kind of can carry that on with their routines. But I don't know. We'll see. Hopefully not too big of an impact.
And Wyatt, are you West Coast?
Yeah, I'm a Dodgers fan.
Have y'all bought any more players today? Good grief, dude.
Not recently.
Save some for the rest of us.
But you won't sell the coaches to back over here where we can hang out with them.
I saw a great, when we were interviewing Mike Schwartz the other day, they got a picture of a baseball team celebrating, and Clayton McCullough's got the bright Eminem Slim Shady hair going in the photo.
So he used to, I don't know if it was a true story, but like him and Bryant Ward is at UCLA. Supposedly like hung out, and I'll ask Cliff this. Supposedly they were like huge Pearl Jam people, and you can imagine like Cliff maybe hanging out with some Pearl Jam. I don't see it, but I just don't see it. But supposedly they like went and followed him around for a little bit, and Clayton shows back up in the fall and spring, and he takes his hat off, and his hair's like way down here. I'm like, what? How do you have enough hat? And it's like all in his head.
Yeah.
And it was just so funny to see Clayton. He has like flowing locks, and he's out there looking so professional. But
Chad said, "Clip, you're not going to let Brandon finish his rant on fans. Brandon's going to be here a lot this season. We'll have plenty of time for that."
Chad, give me a minute.
Every Monday, we're going to recap the worst fan of the day. Brandon, you can highlight that fan.
No, it's typically the same two old men.
Okay, all right, relax.
Spitting sunflower seeds on me.
Is the powder purple back this year, guys?
I think so, yeah. I think it's in full action. So
are y'all pro or con?
I'm pro.
Pro?
Always, yeah.
Right, good deal.
It's different. It's good.
And the best look, people love the pinstripes, but the players always say those are the most uncomfortable for some reason.
They're heavy.
Is that what it is?
Pretty heavy. Yeah.
They definitely carry their weight, and then the pants are. For me, I'm a short pants guy. I flex off the prosthetic, but even before that, I was still a short pants guy. So with that, you got to do some taping and just kind of maneuver it to where you can get short pants out of it. So
that's a shame because they look so good, but if they're not comfortable,
were y'all Adidas before you got here? Or were you Easton before you got here?
I was everywhere really. Yeah. I like Adidas cleats a lot. They're kind of lighter, but I also like New Balance cleats, but really everything.
Yeah, I was a New Balance cleats guy, and then whatever the high school.
A lot of pitchers wear New Balance cleats.
Yeah,
a lot of pitchers. I've noticed that.
I saw a lot of white cleats on the field yesterday. Are y'all going color or white?
Well, we've had some issues with the purple ones, so I think the way they're made is like. I guess the spikes are located in different places, so they don't have a back spike. So just kind of get more secure with the white cleats. I think they had it out white and black. So I think everybody's trying to break those in and try and get them ready for a season. So
Mike P said Brandon single-handedly bringing back the rage room. Said you got a lot of built-up anger.
I've been saving it. They don't know the half.
Yeah. Before we went on the air, he was complaining to these guys about his little league basketball coaching.
I got fussed out by a grandma.
Like he's Mike Krzyzewski over here.
A lot of respect for the other team, though.
Ton of respect. Guys, thanks for hanging out.
I do have one question. Give us a freshman pitcher to really watch.
Freshman pitcher.
Somebody we don't know that's new to the thing. Newcomer.
I'm going to go somebody that probably hasn't been said on here before because I know we've talked about Norby a ton. I'm going to go with Corey Costello.
All right, where's he from?
He's from
not Pitt County with that name, but
Northern Virginia. He lived like 10 minutes from me, so we were rivals in high school. I don't think I ever played him, but lefty can sling it up there when he wants to, but he's matured a lot and he could be really big for us this year.
All right, going to be mainly reliever to start off with, probably.
I'm not sure.
All right,
whatever
cool.
happens.
That's right.
Position player,
newcomer or freshman? Just
newcomer, man.
Probably Chaz Myers. I mean, that kid, he's versatile as well.
That's a name too. Like
yeah, I know Chaz. He's the West Coast guy. Yeah, he's from Cali, but he can absolutely rake, and he's been playing third, first, second, really just been putting him everywhere, and he's pretty good at everywhere. So he's a stud. And then I'll go freshman. I'll go Seawall, Colby Wallace. He's gonna be really good. He's kind of from where I'm from too. He's actually my rival.
He played third in the fall scrimmage.
Yeah, he's a third baseman, but they've had him at first a little bit too, and he also pitches. So he's a two-way guy. But
I sat with his parents at the scrimmages. They were cool people.
Yeah, they're great. They're great people. I've known Colby for a while now. I've played him. Yeah, I think all growing up, he played on a travel team I always played against. But he's always been really good. So when I saw he committed here, I was pretty excited to play with him.
And shout out to, is it Davin Whitaker? Is that how you say it?
Yeah,
Davin. Made a nice catch yesterday. I think the ball hit the ground before he caught it, but they called it out.
I thought he caught it.
I heard it hit the earth. But maybe I'm wrong. Either way, they called it out.
Definitely
so good play.
Replayable.
But
heard it hit the earth.
Yeah, where were you? I was first base line, standing in the Mully section by the kind of by the bullpen. Yeah. So it was right in front of me.
Big Dave actually made a great play. I think it was either Friday or Saturday. He was in left field this time, but I mean, it was right by the wall, and I don't even really know what happened, but he ended up making the catch and did a little scorpion out there with the wall. But
scorpion.
Yeah, it looked really uncomfortable, but he made the catch and he doing his thing out there.
With him and JC and some of these pitchers, if you were to form a basketball team, I'd give you guys a shot. You got a tall team, I would say. Parker running point. Playing guard.
I wasn't ever the best basketball player. So.
Not your sport. All right, gentlemen, we appreciate it. More scrimmages coming up this weekend, and it's on to the real thing. So, best of luck. We'll talk to you during the season. Thanks for hanging out today, guys.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Thank you, boys.